Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday. The S&P 500 was up just a little bit more than a quarter of 1% today. Really close, actually, to another all-time record high. Matter of fact, it was in that neighborhood earlier in the day. It was up more, kind of waffled around, still ended up, which was great. We're getting almost every day really has been up during this first half of this, month of July so far, which is exactly what was supposed to happen. I think we just had that one down day. It was a kind of a big one, but we're almost recovered from that already. Things are doing well. We've got a scenario where Chairman Powell was speaking today, the head of the Federal Reserve, talking about some of the new data that's coming in is definitely giving them more confidence to do a rate cut. So I know that sounds subtle, but that's a different wording than they've been using in the past, more of than, hey, we're waiting to see. And now they're saying, hey, we're kind of seeing this. And of course, this goes with the comments that he made last week, where they're not going to wait until, the inflation gets down to 2% before they start cutting rates, because they would be nervous that, maybe the inflation falls too low. And I know that for most of us as consumers, we'd like inflation to go backwards pretty heavily since it's gone up so much. But that's a pretty bad thing for businesses, unfortunately, to operate in that environment. And it's why the Federal Reserve really doesn't like, deflation. And so, we're at 2.57% right now on core PCE inflation, which is what the Fed is trying to get down to 2%. And so we're getting very close, actually. So it's possible there'd be a rate cut in July, but the big bet seems to be on September. They don't meet in August. They actually have their Jackson Hole meeting in August. They have a bunch of different Federal Reserve people come into for a big retreat, essentially, and they usually have some type of a speech. But so anyway, that's what's happening so far today. It's not been a bad day at all. We're seeing some good growth out of all the different pieces of the market. Still, looking at the rotation, small caps are still starting to do pretty well. Of course, that big rotation came with the CPI report back on Thursday. We're still feeling some of that. Small caps still hanging in there, something to watch for. Wouldn't be surprised to see it take on a bigger role. But we've had too many times where small caps have made a big run and then, fallen backwards. I do think that the earnings releases coming from these big tech companies will probably drive them and drive the small caps to the backside of the story a little bit, at least for a while. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's what's happening today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you.